Doctor, how exactly are you defining en masse? Are we talking about hundreds of ships here?
No, we're talking about thousands, actually.
So is it your opinion, then, that this is, in fact, a preparation against a legitimate attack?
I really wouldn't lend any credence to reports of mythical sentient warships coming to kill us.
Vi står heroppe på taget af IE-standen. Det I så dernede, det var Mass Effects. Væg af lækkerier, som det hedder. Hestebånd, det er sådan noget, man får til konkurrencer. De vil have en rigtig stor præmie. So man, you got this wall of nominees, but why is it like horse ribbons?
I have no idea, but it's really wild and humbling though. It's really cool to see how many people are really interested and really excited to play Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 1 and 2 were hugely popular. What have you done to make sure that this one will be equally as stunning?
Well, I mean, it's the main event. I mean, it's the Reapers are here. They've invaded Earth. You know, there's nothing more epic in the universe than having to save Earth from like the biggest threat that mankind's ever seen. So,
will this be Shepard's time to get a break afterwards, after Mass Effect 3?
I think Shepard's going to take a little nap afterwards. I mean, he needs it. So actually, Shepard's on trial. So, you know, he's done a whole lot of stuff to get the job done, and now it's time for to answer for those actions. But, you know, as he's on trial, though, the Reapers arrive, and you know, the leadership in Earth really realizes that it's time for him to actually take up the sword and lead the people. So,
what is for you the most cool and awesome thing in Mass Effect 3 compared to the last game?
Well, I actually think it's kind of how we've really improved the digital acting and the RPG. So ultimately, now we've got weapon mods back. I think it's just completely cool that we can just slam a weapon down on the table. We can mod it to like crazy, and you can really actually change how the weapon reacts.
How about characters? Are there any familiar characters from the other games?
Absolutely. Your entire character base from Mass Effect 1 and 2, they're going to be back to some degree. All the guys that you and gals, rather, that you're really passionate about, they're going to be there. You know, and you're going to have to be careful with them because you may punch one or two of them out, and that's going to matter.
Cool. So, Kinect. We saw at the press conference that you use Kinect for the voice acting part. Will you be using it to more than that, or will it only be voice acting?
It's just there for the voice. I mean, we're not going to be doing any kind of motion control, but the really cool part of it is it's kind of like a hybrid controller. So it's not just you know, you get to do stuff with the voice or with the controller. You know, you could be in the heat of battle, and all of a sudden you're running out of fingers and you don't know what to do. You can call for some help from Liara, and she's going to do the right thing. It's really cool.
How long will the single player part be?
You know, we're thinking it's about the same size as Mass Effect 2. It's a really hard question to answer though, because you know, I've beaten the game in about 2.5 hours. I've also beaten the game in about 70 hours. So saying, you know, there's a ton of content in Mass Effect 3, but really, you know, we think it's about the same size as Mass Effect 2.
You've always been really good to the people who's been with your brand for a long time. Will it be the same in Mass Effect 3, and what will people get?
I mean, we really want to reward the people who have been around, and I think, you know, the fact that we're going to be tying up all the major loose ends in the story, I think that's going to resonate really well with the players, and ultimately that's the big reward at the end of the game.